So I'm doing a little hunt on this creek today. Now I've been here many times before, and I've always found at least a few bullets every time I come. Now, what was that? Spider? I hope not. I have no idea. Anyway, and I just found a bullet, so I'm going to make a video. I've been hunting for about half an hour. Haven't really found a whole lot, you know, because I've hit this pretty hard in the past. But I have the AT Max with me today, and I have an idea too of a kind of slightly different spot here that we can hunt. This is mostly just a skirmish site. Might have been a camp nearby, but I mostly find fired bullets here, but some pretty neat ones. So let's look at the first one I just found. This is a fired 3-ring mini ball from the Civil War. It's a 58 caliber. You can see it's got a nice smush mark where it hit a rock. And this river is loaded with these rocks, so a lot of them are smushed up. You know, if they don't hit a rock, they just hit the water. Sometimes they're not too bad, but bullet number 1, and we have hours to go. A pretty good squeak right here. It's reading a lot like that other bullet read, so I'm suspecting it's going to be a bullet, and it looks like it's pretty flat rock. I can't see it, but what we're going to do is I'm going to put you under, and we'll hold a pinpointer on it, and you're going to see it before I do. Hold your breath. You see that was kind of shiny. That is actually a piece of melted aluminum. A lot of people find these and they think that it's like a piece of, you know, raw silver or silver ore or melted silver coin, but it's aluminum off of a can, probably a beer can. Sounded pretty good, didn't it? Kind of had me fooled because it read right about where that bullet read. Kind of weird for aluminum to do that, but a lot of times when it's melted it will. All right, since we're here, I went ahead and got this bullet back out. Let's put it on the rock and listen to it. And see how this signal differs from that aluminum signal. I know they're not going to sound alike, so. Alright, here we go. Ready? Still 70s. Not a whole lot different. I mean, there is a slight different sound, but not as much as I would have thought. Oh well, I guess we'll have to keep digging aluminum for a while. Well, I didn't turn the camera on for this one because I've been digging a lot of aluminum. I think if I put my headphones up here, I'm probably going to be able to hear better and be able to distinguish it, so I'm probably going to go ahead and move them up. But I just dig another bullet. I just did dig another bullet. Hey. This is another 3-ring mini ball. Kind of odd that it has the patina on it, more so than the other bullet. I don't know. It's a fired bullet though. It's number 2 for the day. Just dug this little handle to something. Had a pretty good signal, I guess, because of that aluminum or whatever it is. But look at the baby Helgramite. Do you see him? A couple of little baby nymphs of some sort. Okay. No, it's not a very good find. Well, I just did it again. I had a decent signal there, and it turns out to be a 69 caliber bullet from the American Civil War. It's fired. I've dug quite a few pieces of aluminum and a lot of cans that I kind of shredded, so I didn't film it, but maybe next time we'll get it on film. We'll see. It's got a giant signal, and it's a giant chunk of lead. See, it's got a hole through it, so somebody's using it for weight. But yeah, that's lead. Looks like a brick, doesn't it? If I had my boat, I'd carry it out, but I don't, so I won't. It's the way it's got to be. I got about a mile to walk out of here, and I don't want to carry all that. It's been about an hour and a half since I found anything worth turning the camera on, and I just found another relic. This is part of a sabot off of a Civil War artillery shell. If you look right here, you can see these are the indentations from where the rifling and the cannon grabbed it and made it twist as it was going out the barrel. And that's brass. That could be probably a 20-pounder, I'd guess. Hey, yep, that's the first relic I found in a while today. But I am getting in an area where I found a lot of fired bullets before, so hopefully we'll at least find a few more fired bullets. I think I have maybe 3 or 4 so far. We got a relic. So I'm about 5 feet away from where I found that piece of sabot, and I had an identical signal, and this is what it was. I think it's maybe part of a lock or a door mechanism of some sort. I'm not really sure. Don't know how old it is either. Maybe the next one will be a belt buckle with a big old SNY on it. Well, I've been in this area just a couple minutes, and I found this sabot, that piece of a lock, and I just found another big old fired 69 caliber bullet. Unfortunately, the water is very murky here, so because the creek's still a little bit high, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get any good underwater footage for you. So what we might do is hunt here for a little while and then save it for later in the summer when it clears up, because it should clear up probably in a couple of weeks. You just see how murky it is. It's just not good right here. It's a little bit shallower, we could see. Oh yeah, here's a bullet, by the way. A big old 69 caliber. Awesome. Must have hit something hard, huh? Not too far from where I just dug that bullet, and I think you might be able to see underwater here, so it's not quite as deep. That's a good little signal. Let's dig that together. Hopefully it won't get too cloudy on you. If it does, just come on up. Hold your breath. There it is. What I'm going to do is just grab it with a handful. It should be right there. See it? Yeah, that's what it is. Nice. That is a fired mini ball. Man, it really hit something hard, so that was probably hit something hard at close range to be that deformed. Almost blew it out. Look at that. Awesome. I just wish the water is a little bit more clear for you guys. Well, and for me too, because the bottom is pretty solid here. It's pretty good rock, bedrock. Well, let's give this signal a shot. It's pretty good. And we can see a little bit, so whoa. Let's see if we can find it. That's pretty cool. I think it's a big old flattened bullet. I won't drop it again. Oh boy, look at that one. It's awesome. Look at that. This thing was fired and hit something very hard at very close range. That's a beautiful bullet right there. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I hope you think that's half as cool as I do. That's pretty cool. That's a beautiful one right there. Just dug a nice little Spencer bullet. I assume that's fired. Yeah, you can see the rifling grooves cut just a little tiny bit. But that's a Civil War bullet too. Pretty cool, eh? Eh? Starting to get a lot of signals in this area. There's a good signal here. That's probably a bullet. And I had another one here. That's probably a deeper one. Might be something going on there too. That's where I dug the Spencer, right over there. But let's go ahead and dig this one real quick. Yeah, that should be easy to find. Water's a little bit clearer here, more clear, because it's shallower. Well, more shallow. I got terrible English sometimes. I got. Okay, you ready? Let's go under and look. That's a beauty right there. That's not too mashed up at all. It's definitely, I'm assuming it's fired, but it didn't hit anything too hard. Yeah, you can see the rifling mark right there a little bit. That's a beauty. I love it. Put it in my bag right there. Okay, let's check this other signal out. I think this one, well, let's check this hole first. That's another one, look. I don't see it, but I hear it. Let's go under and look. That's another one almost identical. It too is fired. Oh look, it's got the little teat on the top. That's a nose cast. That's an older style bullet right there. Alright, drop her in a bag. Let's check the hole one more time. What do you say? Ready? No, that's it for that one. But we heard another signal right up here somewhere, didn't we? Move my foot. It's up here. Yeah, right there, okay. It's hard on the old knees. Not used to it. Need to get some knee pads. Alright, let's see if we can narrow this down again. Alright. So it should be right about here, although deeper because it's not as clear a signal. See anything? I can't see anything from up here. Yeah, it's right there. Might be two signals there, something iron, but the good one's right in here. You know what that is? I think it's a Spencer as well, isn't it? Yep, another Spencer carbine. Or Spencer bullet. That's from a breech loading repeating rifle. Held 7 rounds. That's pretty cool, huh? Awesome. Let's listen to the hole, see if there's any more. Nope, not that one. We're going to start winding this hunt down in a few minutes, and we'll come back later to this spot, maybe a little later in summer when it's a little more clear and a little more low. I mean, there's a lot of bullets here. I got 2 more signals we're going to go ahead and dig, and then we'll dig a little bit more, of course. Got about 2 hours of sunlight. And but I want to show you what I found first. I found another weird thing. The more I think about it, the more I think it might be something special. But I'll show you that in the wrap-up. First, let's look at these 2 signals here. I have one. I'm all wrapped up here in the machine. Okay. Okay, I got one right in here. That's probably a bullet. I don't know for sure, but it probably is. And I had another one here. I think will be a little bit easier to dig. But you know what, let's go ahead and dig this one first since it's downstream. That way if it gets cloudy. That sounds pretty good size, doesn't it? Alright, hold your breath. Woohoo! Wow, that's a round ball. Musket ball. I haven't really found many of those here. Look, I got a hole in my finger. Glove anyway. Yeah, huh. Round ball. Cool. We'll check the hole. Make sure that was the only thing. It sounded pretty big, but it might be because it was a round one, not a Spencer. Alright, let's go check this other one over here. We'll just kind of crawl over. If I remember where it was. It doesn't sound so hot. Is that the same thing we heard before? I'm not sure. It might be under this big rock here. Let's move that rock and listen to it again. No, that's not what we heard before. Alright, so we had the one signal here. The other one was out in the front. That's probably it right there, yeah. There's a lot of iron in here too. That's iron. Check out the discriminator up to 36. That's a little bit below that, so it's clicking. But that's definitely... that should be a good bullet or something there. Alright, here we go again. That's a little tiny 22 bullet, modern, but I don't think that's what we heard. I think what we heard is a little bigger than that, so let's get the detector back out. Maybe it was. Something up here. I don't know what's reading on the meter though. Yeah, 50s. I don't think that's the same thing we were hearing before, but let's check. That's another round ball that was hard rammed in the musket and fired. See, it's kind of oblong in a rifled musket. See the rifling on it? Rifle grooves? Awesome. This signal sounds a little better than the average signal. You can lift it way up and hear it still. Let's see what this is. That's why it's a giant piece of copper wire, solid copper wire. Well, it's not solid, but it is copper. It's a piece of pipe, probably off like a refrigerator or something. So that's going to have to end it for me today. I'm kind of tired and my fingers are all pruned up and they're sore, so I'm going to head out of here. I ended up with just under 40 bullets. I got a button and a couple other odds and ends I'm going to show you. So it was a really good spot, and I'm definitely going to come back because there's a lot more bullets there. As soon as the river clears up a little bit, it'll be more exciting for you and the camera. Well, for me too, because I love fanning the bottom and then seeing the bullets. For me, that's the thing right there. It's just fanning the bottom and seeing them before I pick them up. That's what gets me in the water. So let's check out what I found. I kept a lot of the junk. This is all the melted aluminum I was finding in that one spot, and it was driving me crazy. So I carried out as much as I found, and a few pieces of iron there. Got a skull lid and some cans and that piece of pipe that I showed you, or tube. This is kind of interesting here. This is a tool that's been used a lot. That is where the handle would have gone through, maybe like a blacksmith tool or something like that. And I got a file. This is a small file. That's really bad shape. I think this is a pedal to a bicycle. Or not. I don't know what that is. I'm going to carry it home with me. I got a few nails. These are the bullets that I found, and I found quite a few. A lot of them are fired. I think there's actually some dropped ones in there. This is probably my favorite. This big old splatter one. This was fired and hit something very hard close up. And it just really mushroomed it out. That's just a beautiful bullet right there. And it's green because that's algae on it. That was exposed to the sun in the bottom of the river there. So if you were walking by fishing, you would have seen that if you looked down. There's a couple like that. I got one fishing sinker. I don't know if that was made out of a bullet or not. It's really hard to say. It's possible, but I don't know. This is the bottom to a can. This is a solder, the lead solder that I talk about all the time. Oh, there's my button that I found. It could have had a design on it. I'm not sure. Lots of bullets. This is the one bullet thingy I wanted to show you because I think this is actually a projectile. A bullet of some sort. It's giant. It is. It's got to be. Look at that. I know it's really ugly. But I found one when I was here some years ago, not in the exact spot, but probably within 100 feet or so where I found this. And it looked very similar, although it was a little bit more pointed on top. I might have made a video of it, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But we're going to compare them when we get home. The reason I think it's a projectile is if you look at the side, that looks like rifling grooves right here. If you look, you can see going all the way around. The other one was the exact same way. And the reason I'm even more convinced now than I was earlier is that I can see the imprint of cloth on the some of those marks. It's hard to see now that I got it wet, but I could definitely see it on some of them, like this one right here. Maybe this one right here. Yeah, right there. When it was dry, it was easier to see, but that's where they would have patched this and fired this out of some type of giant gun or small cannon or punt gun or something like that. I'm almost convinced that's exactly what that is. Well, I'm pretty much convinced. We'll get the other one too, and we'll compare them in some other video. Yeah, just a bunch of other bullets. These are little pistol balls for like a Colt or something like that. That's a pistol ball. These are mini balls for a musket, rifled musket, and of course the Spencer carbine bullets that I showed you when I dug them. Some of these round balls look like they were dropped. A couple of these bullets look like they were dropped too. So I'm really excited about getting back here to this spot. You can see that the base on this is eccentric. Where, see, it's thinner on this side than that side. It's kind of poorly made. Yeah, so we're going to come back. This might be a dropped one too. I found them together, so... that's awesome. There's an old piece of pottery. I think it's redware. That's really old. Probably pre-Civil War at least. Alright, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I did. And as soon as it clears up, we're going to be really hitting it hard, which is going to be soon. This is going to be an awesome spot. This is going to be an awesome spot for bullets. We're going to come back again, and we're going to get 5 times that many next time. Because I have an idea. I promise you. This is going to be awesome. We'll see you then. Or, well, actually, we'll see you before that because I'll be posting videos. So, hold your breath. Don't forget.